Hey guys, it's Daniel, licensed therapist. So, whilst perusing Reddit, I saw a clip of this musician that was live streaming. And to be generous, I would say he was a little on the heavier side. But to be blunt, he was fat. And there came this comment that made fun of him for being so overweight. And let me tell you, this guy took it so well. And he turned it into a positive. The musician thanked the troll and said he felt that the troll was telling him to be healthy and to lose weight. The troll ended up apologizing, and the musician continued to pour on the love and continued to thank and encourage the troll. Oh man, was I impressed. And I thought to myself, I would love the opportunity to do the same. Take that negativity and turn it into positivity. And oh boy, did I get my chance. So I recently made a video reacting to Andrew Tate telling a story of him owning his therapist and thus concluding that therapy is useless and that therapists are a bunch of impotent pseudoscientists. And this video got a lot of attention, and not all of it was positive. The trolls came out and the hate poured in. And honestly, it was the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. So how would I react to it? Well, come along. Let's take a look at some of the worst comments that I could find, and you can see my reaction to hate and trolls. Let's go. So the first comment here I picked out: therapists are useless. Asking a person about their feelings and getting people to pay them large hourly fees is a scam. All right, therapists are useless and it's a scam. I got a lot of these, like therapy is a scam, it's not science, it's fake. And you know, I can see where the person's coming from. Like, I can see what you're saying. If you haven't been in it and you're just looking at it from a distance, what is it? And I've actually heard this from people that are like my friends or people that I know. What do? You just sit there and talk to them? How do you help them? So, I feel like this person, Consume and Obey, is being a little trolly, but I understand what they're saying. So it's okay. I'm not offended by this person. And yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable. Let's go to the next one. This therapist must be the therapist he was talking about. This guy's hilarious. Jay Bird is saying that I was a therapist that Andrew Tate owned, and that made me laugh so hard. And so I responded, "Damn it, Jay Bird, you saw right through it. I was the one who shat himself." Andrew Tate said that the therapist actually shat himself. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just messing around with Jay Bird. And here Chris Carswell says, "Daniel Chu, in all honesty, I can see that being the truth." And I said, that would be hilarious, because that would be hilarious if the therapist that Andrew Tate owned actually made a YouTube video incognito debunking him after the fact. I think that would be funny. Jay Bird, respect to you. That was a very funny comment. Let's go to the next one. ... said, "Look at the Chinaman's face." Throughout the video, LMAOO, so laugh my ass off, laugh my ass off, which doesn't make sense. Tate is speaking directly into his soul, and he's feeling every single word. So, this person uses Chinaman. It seems kind of racist, but I don't know. Maybe he's like an older gentleman, older lady, where maybe that term was acceptable at the time. But it definitely seems like he's trolling, right? Speaking directly to my soul, and I'm feeling every single word. And I just felt like he was trolling, so I responded with, he said Chinaman's face. You like my face. Because it's true. This person loves my face. So I just responded like that. And I took no offense to that. I am not, it's not my first time being called something racist. I thought this interaction was really interesting. Mohammed 777 said, Andrew Tate attacking your whole career. Of course you need to be defensive. If you watch the video, maybe I come off as defensive. I don't feel like I was being defensive. I was just kind of having fun responding to Andrew Tate. But here he is saying I'm defensive. Maybe he's trolling. Maybe he's making observation. And Sven7 agrees and says true. And so I respond to these guys by saying, you're not wrong. I'll apologize to Andrew next time I see him. I'm just like, being stupid. I'll apologize to him next time I see him. And Muhammad responds by saying, Daniel G, are you mocking me or something? Did I say to you apologize? I was just kidding. And so I responded, not mocking, brother, just messing around, right? And then Muhammad says, are we brothers? Since when? ? So I feel like at this point, he may be getting a little offended. So I respond, Muhammad 777, hey, we are in the brotherhood of man. And that is really what I believe, people. I believe, as a human race, we are all in a brotherhood, and I want what's best for everyone. I want to see everyone do well, and I want to see everyone succeed. And so I really believe that. I think we're in the brotherhood of man. And I answered that honestly, but I think he took it like I was messing with him, or I was like being sarcastic. So he said, Daniel Cho, be respectful, Mr. the Rapist. Therapist the Rapist. I think I've heard that somewhere, but it made me laugh when he said that. And I responded, Muhammad 777, LOL, that's a funny one. In all honesty, I am being respectful. Things get lost when you type things out. I love people, and I see us all as brothers, like I said before. I promise I am not mocking you or trying to be disrespectful. If I came off that way, then I apologize. Blessings to you, Muhammad 777. And this is what he said. Daniel Chu, beautiful words, Mr. Daniel. Just subscribe to you.
Got him!
There you go. Just being positive to a troll, we could turn it around and we can connect with each other, right? And we can turn a negative into a positive, which was my approach to a lot of these comments. So there's a successful one there. So I thought that was really cool. Let's go to the next one. This one's funny. Boosie McKizzy says, made perfect sense besides the commentary. That was a good one. That made me laugh. And I responded, thank you so much. Wait a second. And then Boosie said, Daniel Chu, haha. I'm sorry, D, you were actually fair at the last minute there. The guy is like a therapist for poor people. I can't afford you, but I can afford him. This guy really came around, and I give him a lot of props and a lot of respect for actually answering honestly. And actually, he didn't need to apologize at all, But I responded in which a way I hope was very gracious. No need to be sorry, brother. It's all love. Andrew has done a lot of good for the masses. You can afford therapy. I do sliding scale. Boozy, I do sliding scale, so you can't afford therapy if you really need it and want it. But I hope you're doing well. So I feel like it was another trolling interaction that was negative, that was turned into a positive. And honestly, initially, obviously by almost all of these, I was not offended and it actually made me laugh. So I feel like that was a very good interaction. Torres says, yellow men, don't you understand sarcasm and humor? And I feel like that was interesting. Yellow men, right? Because is yellow men a racial slur, right? Because black men isn't a racial slur. Brown men isn't. Red men is, So I don't know if this guy is coming from a racist place. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I honestly don't think he's not being racist. But Never Broke Again laughs. And then Turkey Arm Wrestling says, yellow man, good robot, must complete task. I don't even know what that means. Yellow man, good robot. Maybe it's like something kids say these days. I don't know. But I just responded because I was using sarcasm and humor. I guess the brown man doesn't see sarcasm and humor either. LOL. Thank you for watching, brother. You know, I try to convey that I'm not offended and I'm just, you know, jabbing back at the people who are jabbing at me in good nature. So I hope he got that. Taurus, I'm not offended. You know, I hope you're not offended. And this is all in good fun. Thank you for watching and commenting. I really do mean that. Okay. Je suis chéri says, therapists are paid to listen. It's a scam, to be honest. Most of them have to see therapists themselves. And I thought this comment was actually pretty hilarious. And this is what I responded. You'll see why I think it's hilarious. I said, I have seen a therapist a few times. If it is a scam, why would I intentionally go and scam myself knowing that it's a scam, right? Thank you so much for watching, mon chéri. I do appreciate you taking the time to comment. So I thought this was a funny one. Therapists are a scam and therapists need to see therapists. So therapists, knowing it's a scam, engage in that scam. I feel like the logic falls apart. But funny comment. I thought it was cool that they were able to even comment and say that. So I appreciate them watching and saying that. And I just want to go to this one. Christopher Bjornstad says, no therapist with self-respect have a YouTube channel. And I thought that that was a very interesting critique. Is this person being a troll and saying that you have no self-respect? What are you doing? And, you know, I kind of see what Christopher is saying here. I feel like he's saying therapists should be respectable. You know, therapists shouldn't be silly or, you know, they should be, they have like a buttoned up, you know, like strict, serious type of persona or reputation. But, you know, part of like what I feel like I wanted to do by doing YouTube videos is show that therapists are just regular people. You know, me, I feel like I'm not a serious person and I wanted to, you know, show a different side to therapists and that we can be funny. I hope you think these videos are funny. If not, that's okay. But, you know, that we're not serious. So I responded, you think so? I watch a lot of doctors, accountants, physical therapists, and other professionals who have channels, and I like their stuff. But point taken, I see what you're saying, Christopher. Thank you for watching, Christopher. Be well, brother. So, interesting critique. Don't necessarily agree. I see where he's coming from. Probably trolling, but it's cool. Thank you for responding and leaving a comment. This was also another, I felt cool interaction. Horny's Gaming. Don't lie there. A lot of bad therapists. Many known people had such a bad therapist. Talk about all kinds of stuff goes around what the person's saying or BS. They find a other and it was way better. Thank you for proving that therapists are arrogant and think they know what they're doing. That's why I like therapists more that really went through stuff and know how to help the person instead of idiot therapists who only learn out of books. Quite an interesting comment and an interesting critique. And I don't know if this guy's, I feel like there is a bit of truth in here and a bit of trolling in here. But basically calling me an idiot and that therapists are like there's a lot of bad therapists, which I agree with. And, like what we say is BS. A lot of critique here. And I see where he's coming from, and maybe he has a bad experience. And I wouldn't want to invalidate that. A lot of people have bad experiences in therapy. And, just to say that they were wrong for having that bad experience, I wouldn't agree with that. And I wouldn't say that. So I responded by saying, I ain't gonna lie, you are right. There are a lot of bad therapists out there, and there are bad therapists out there. You're also right that I do not think I know what I'm doing most of the time. Well, you are also right that I do think I know what I am doing most of the time, but I'm definitely not right all the time. So I do. Whatever I do, I think I'm right, and I think that any professional, that what they do, they think they're right. Are they right all the time? No. And I know I'm not right all the time. I've had discussions with clients about things that I've done wrong, and I have apologized to clients and said, what I did there, it wasn't right. And so I understand the critique. I agree with the critique, and I am not right all the time. But I did say, I also disagree that I don't have to go through it to help. So like someone who wants to help a war veteran that's gone through something traumatic in war doesn't necessarily have to have gone to war in order to help them. Thanks for watching, Hornies. And Hornies, actually, I give him a lot of credit, him or her. Said, Daniel Chu, I'm sorry I went way too hard on you for judging, and also drunk. Forgive me. And I removed my comment. I said, no, don't be sorry, brother. No need to apologize. I assumed he was a brother. Vino Veritas, my friend, I appreciate the pushback. And I do. I love pushback. I love feedback. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I love seeing ways in which I can improve. So I do appreciate the pushback. And I said I agree with what you said. So Hornies, man, I really appreciate this person. Someone who is able to apologize and feel bad for trolling someone on the internet, I think deserves a lot of credit. So that was a very cool interaction. Next guy, Mayoyad Memari says, Chains guy, a fat L, sticking tongue out emoji. So I obviously assume he's saying Chinese guy. So another, I would say, this one's more blatant, like a racist comment, right? So, a lot of these comments, not a lot, a few of them were surprisingly racist, which I feel like in 2022 is kind of taboo. But hey, it's the internet. People can say whatever they want. So I'm receiving some racist stuff. Back in the day, when I was a younger man, I would get very sensitive to comments like these. And I would get triggered and offended. But you know what? These days, doesn't move the needle at all. I'm not offended. It kind of makes me laugh. So I said, how did you know I was Chinese? You got skills. Thanks for watching, Moayad. Thanks for watching, Moayad. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. I thought that was a funny comment as well. Shu had a very interesting critique. This feminine therapist doesn't understand how men think. It's very interesting because Shu called me feminine, and I'm like, what makes this person think that I'm feminine? I mean, is it just my face that looks feminine, the way I talk or something? Because, I just don't get it. Because I just don't think I'm feminine, but maybe you guys do. If you guys see it, let me know. And this person says, I don't understand how men think. And I am a man, so I would think I would understand how I think. But, I just said, LOL, interesting feedback. What makes you think I'm feminine? Thanks for watching. I love your name and pic. This person's name is Shu. Their picture is a shoe. I thought that was really funny. Yarn Bjorn said, Sorry, but I'm from where there's no therapist session, and it seems to work out fine. Um, Low crime rate, no school shooting, no free sex or LGBTQ BS. Crazy how America always promoting depression and therapy, but they're the ones getting worse. You know what? I feel like this guy, Yarn. I feel like this guy was honest, and he gave his honest thoughts about therapy and where he's from. It seems like it's not needed. I don't know if it's not needed or not, but I see the critique, and I feel like I can accept that critique. And so I just said, no need to apologize, Yarn. That sounds awesome. What do you think is responsible for the success of where you're from? So yeah, I thought that was a cool one. Thank you for the honesty. And one down here, Juan N only. Never seen a yellow man as a man, so I'm surprised. So this one is really racist. The Juan N only. Never seen a yellow man as a man. And you know what? I feel like it's my Latin brothers who are really leaving the racist comments, right? So I'm not offended though. I'm just curious as to what's up with that. So I just kind of, did my best. I didn't quite know how to leave like the most gracious comments. So I just said, hope you will be surprised in the future. Thanks for watching, Juan. So yeah, a little more racism for you, but but yeah, doesn't really move the needle for me. And I saved the best for last. This one said cringe, and that's it, cringe. Solomon said cringe. And I feel like that word cringe is these days the worst thing you can call someone, or the worst critique you can have for somebody. And how did I respond? As graciously as possible. I wasn't offended. Hey, this person thinks I'm cringy. I think that's okay. And I just said, thanks for watching, so have an awesome day. And he responded somewhat graciously, LOL, of course, my G, but you should know he speaks to entertain people too. Me too. A lot of this is just me trying to entertain. It doesn't mean half the things I say, but you doing this now is definitely cringe. And I don't necessarily disagree with you, Solomon. If you think it's cringe, I think that's okay. And I do feel like a lot of people watch this stuff and think it's cringe, but I think a lot of people can say that about anything. So I don't really take that to heart, or I don't feel like it really affects me. So yeah, I feel like that was the harshest one, even though it was one word. And not that bad. Not that bad. So what is the point of this video? Well, let me first give you a little context into me as a person. I was super shy growing up. I was really, really self-conscious, and I honestly thought very little of myself. I would rather get beat up than to do any type of public speaking. And when I got to grad school, I got evaluated at the suggestion of the admissions people, and I got diagnosed with social anxiety disorder. I was what you would call a high self-monitoring person. You see, I cared so much about what people thought of me that it would actually cause me anxiety. A lot of anxiety, to the point where I couldn't even start my own practice because of the feelings of inadequacies and the fearing of the judgment of people. My sense of self was very poor. My belief in myself was poor, and my view of myself was very, very poor. And you know what? Negative comments like these would have crushed me. I would have wanted to crawl into a hole and die. I would have just honestly quit because of the emotional load. It just would have been too much. But you know what? I worked on myself. I got stronger. I thought better of myself. And today I really actually am proud to say that I love myself. And I was really pleasantly surprised, pleasantly shocked actually, by the way that I responded to these comments. Not just what I typed out, but emotionally how I responded. It really let me know that these changes that I had made were real. And I'm proud to say that I am free. But I'm not doing these videos to pat myself on the back. I want to let you guys know that you guys can overcome anything. It's possible to make your greatest weakness or fear your greatest strength. There is freedom for you too. Have hope and just go for it. I'm not special. If I can do it, so can you. If you have anything you want me to react to, please leave it in the comments down there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.